Key point 1. The secret of Toyota's success. Kaizen defines Toyota's style and approach to modern business. It's more than just a set of tools. It's the determination to strive for improvement continuously. The value of Kaizen is obvious, but only a few firms are close in terms of its implementation. Continuous improvement requires repeated learning in an environment that's open to change. Alongside, Kaizen is Toyota's respect for its people. The combination of Kaizen and respect equals the Toyota way, a powerful strategic weapon responsible for the success of one of the biggest brands in the world. Today, Toyota is an international corporate organization known across the world. It's one of the largest corporate companies in the world, and it's also the world's third largest auto manufacturer, just behind General Motors and Ford. Toyota sells an estimate of not less than 6 million vehicles annually, making it one of the biggest in the world. The company averages at least 3 times its nearest rivals in terms of revenue and profits. In 2003, the company earned a profit of over $8 billion from the sales of their cars alone. The success of Toyota isn't a result of luck, but a result of hard work, determination, and careful planning. Key point 2. Striking a balance. The Toyota Production System, or TPS, gives a deep insight into the company's special perspective on manufacturing. TPS is essential to the lean production movement that has taken over manufacturing trends over the past few years. Prioritize innovation over operational efficiency to avoid sacrificing originality by fixating on tools. However, TPS is a whole system, not an extra strategy or tool. It must be an integral part of an organization's culture and modus operandi. In most cases, senior managers aren't involved in becoming leaner, but in Toyota, everyone is involved in everything. Taiichi Ono, credited as the founder of TPS, articulated lean production as the focused reduction of the timeline from customer order to cash collection by eliminating non-value-added wastes. In the framework of TPS, Toyota categorizes 7 essential types of non-value-adding waste in business or manufacturing processes. Overproduction, generating goods without corresponding demand, resulting in overstaffing and additional costs for storage and transportation due to excess inventory. Waiting, time on hand, workers idling due to factors like machine downtime, processing delays, stockouts, or capacity bottlenecks. Unnecessary transport or conveyance, conveying work in process over extended distances, leading to inefficient transport and unnecessary material movements into or out of storage. Overprocessing or incorrect processing, unnecessarily complex or inefficient steps in production, often linked to poor product design. Excess inventory, accumulating surplus raw material, work in progress, or finished goods, resulting in longer lead times and concealing underlying issues like production imbalances and defects. Unnecessary movement, wasted motion in employees' tasks, such as searching for, reaching, or stacking parts, tools, etc., including unnecessary walking. Defects, production of defective parts necessitating rework, repair, scrap, or replacement, leading to wasteful handling, time, and effort. Unused employee creativity, failing to engage or listen to employees, resulting in lost opportunities for time, ideas, skills, improvements, and learning. Key point 3. Keep people management in focus. To employ the techniques above and apply them, you need to stop the production line by letting a machine go idle, because it's often the best thing to do. This helps you avoid overproduction. You must also build up inventory by amassing produced goods to level out the production schedule. This is often better than producing in response to levels of consumer demand, which doesn't stay without fluctuating. You must support direct labor by supporting your value-adding workers. Don't push for faster assembly line speeds to avoid overproduction. Prioritize efficient and balanced workflows. Know when it is best to use human resources because manual labor is generally a better idea than information technology, even when automation is readily on the ground. While it's good to use automation because it's faster and easier, people are a very flexible resource who can think in ways machines can't. TPS is a unique cultural transformation that concerns itself with giving workers the tools they need to strive for continual improvement and development. It requires the company to become more dependent than ever on its workforce to ensure everyone is involved in one way or another. Using the TPS, people are groomed to become more important, and not less important, to the organization's success. In the early 1980s, Toyota surprised the market by doing two unorthodox things. At the time, Toyota formed a joint business with General Motors, or GM, to establish its first overseas plant in California. Firstly, Toyota concluded that they would teach GM the principles and techniques of TPS. This decision came about because they believed that GM, the world's biggest manufacturer of automobiles, was struggling with its manufacturing operations. Secondly, they agreed to work with the United Automobile Workers, or UAW, local union, even though GM was strongly against it. The TPS techniques didn't impress the UAW because they believed it was too demanding and tasking. The UAW sent a committee to Toyota, and within months, the committee had nothing but praise for the TPS techniques. Did you know? In 1984, when the plant opened in California, its productivity and efficiency tripled that of other GM plants in North America. Key point 4. Base important decisions on long-term policies. Studying and applying the 14 principles of the Toyota Way is essential if you want to go deep and truly transform your organization. These principles are: adopt a long-term philosophy, create continuous flow, use pull systems and avoid overproduction, level the workload, build the right culture, standardize tasks, use visual control, use only tested technology, grow leaders who live the philosophy, develop people and things, respect your extended network, observe the source, decide slowly, implement rapidly, and practice relentless reflections. Adopt a long-term philosophy. Chasing a long-term strategy is always the wisest approach, but the long-range goal must be about more than just revenue and profit-making. Your company's main mission is to generate value for your customers and build a brand for yourself and society at large. Prioritize job security and instill a culture of self-reliance for a resilient and lasting organizational philosophy. Hard work, respect, determination, and dedication are essential values. Toyota adopts a long-term responsibility as a global citizen and feels accountable for the long-range stability of its business partners in the present and the future. Create continuous flow. Identify issues and bring them to the surface where they can be addressed. This can be done by creating a continuous or one-piece flow. When you encounter a lean flow, one problem tends to shut down the entire assembly line, and this could affect production drastically. While it seems negative, it also has its positive side, because it means that problems get addressed and corrected very quickly because everyone is focused on solving them. Key point 5. Be mindful when adopting technology. A push system isn't ideal because it's primarily concerned with offloading products onto the retailer, not minding how quickly the retailer can sell them. On the other hand, a pull system provides products in line with the retailer's demands. Use pull systems and avoid overproduction. This removes the biggest source of manufacturing waste: overproduction. Level the workload. Production levels should remain constant and even. This means that output shouldn't be different every day. You should know that even though you seek to avoid overproduction, you cannot build a good product just as it is ordered, because the production level would be too inefficient. Hence, you level the workload. Build the right culture because it helps you fix problems easily and motivates your workers to get quality right the first time. Building the right culture requires patience and effort because it doesn't comprise quality. Standardize tasks by making them identical and consistent enough to enforce a standard wherever possible. It's proven that people, especially workers, get better at things they do when they do it repeatedly. Many plants are so overridden with inventory and parts that no one can see the actual work. You must be able to visualize the processes going on in your plant. Be present so that no processes are hidden or lost to you. This is why a definite cleanup is one of the early tasks in the TPS techniques. Use only tested technology. Toyota barely uses cutting-edge technology. Rather, it looks for well-proven technology. Don't make the mistake of purchasing or using technology simply because it is in vogue. Grow leaders who live the philosophy by building your organization so that senior workers or officers cannot allow their egos to impede what's in the organization's best interest. Breed a set of leaders that are not blinded by their position, but love to listen to ideas and bring everyone in on the primary objective. Develop people to have a great team. You need excellent team members, Respect is reciprocal, implying that respect for people means respecting their minds, ideas, capabilities, and contributions. Teamwork is critical and essential to the growth of any business. Key point 6. Always observe a situation yourself. Respect your extended network always. To have better suppliers, challenge your current ones to level up and help them do so. Toyota believes that all of its suppliers, partners, should rise to their high standards of excellence and will help them to do so because it'll be to their advantage in the long run. Toyota managers have made it usual to watch a business process take place and then ask why repeatedly until they understand it. See for yourself to know where adjustments need to be made. A serious organization takes its time in making important decisions and decides on issues by consensus after thoroughly considering all the available options. Implement the ideas quickly once a consensus is reached. Relentless reflection leads to continuous improvement. Continuous reflection means becoming a learning organization. Be very passionate about identifying the main causes of problems and developing solutions. When experienced managers start to see the big advantages of the Toyota way, they begin to consider its broader implications for their organizations. They may end up becoming obsessed with the TPS because they've come to understand the lean philosophy and its power through true experience and view the enormous waste in technical and service operations as something to be frowned upon. As expected, these managers will most likely apply the Toyota production system to other areas of their lives. Go and see for yourself to thoroughly understand the situation. Genchi Genbutsu. Identifying flow is the primary challenge in effectively applying the TPS to technical organizations. Toyota, for example, sees employee development as a continuous process that can always be improved. The problem then is that in an environment where people are sitting in their offices, it's difficult to define the workflow the way you would chart a physical manufacturing process, where people are active in the plant. Key point 7. Transparency is a key to success. The primary objective of TPS is achieving a straight flow. The key element of achieving a straight flow is tightly linking various processes so that inventory or queue problems would be visible and duly processed. Every department must get the information it needs when it needs it from each supporting department. With balanced linkage, there is immediate feedback. If the supporting department regresses for some reason, it automatically disrupts the activities of the department being served. This makes it possible and very easy to trace where the fault is from so that necessary adjustments can be made. Avoid attempting to map all activities at once when dealing with service processes. Establish a streamlined flow within your technical organization by adhering to these 5 essential steps. Determine who the customer is and what exactly the customer needs. Separate repetitive processes and learn how to apply TPS to those repetitive processes. Study and chart the flow to determine which activities are valuable. Creatively apply the Toyota Way principles to your processes by adopting a future state value stream map. Learn by planning, updating, and adjusting your techniques as needed. Once you have a working blueprint, expand it to your less repetitive processes. The concept of value stream mapping originates from a tool Toyota refers to as the Material and Information Flow Diagram. This tool serves as a valuable resource for manufacturing suppliers, aiding in the understanding of the fundamental principles and values of the TPS. Value stream mapping tells suppliers about their present situation and tells them to draw a blueprint that will lead them to the future. The chart indicates processes by linking boxes with arrows. It captures vital elements in the manufacturing process, such as feedback loops, inspection points, project reviews, and points of decision. Value stream mapping can be employed for an organization's service and technical aspects. It should be noted, however, that service processes can be very difficult to map, involving thousands of decision points. An effort to simultaneously map all service processes would end up frustrating you. Instead, opt for a well-defined overview using a big value stream map to pinpoint waste areas. Never be satisfied with inaction. Question and redefine your purpose to attain progress. Jeffrey K. Leiker. Conclusion. The success of an organization is heavily reliant on the organizational approach adopted by that organization. The Toyota Production System, or TPS, has proven to be one of the most effective and efficient business approaches due to its careful planning and execution. Great brands result from commitment, determination, and dedication, which is why Toyota has been able to stand out. In a world filled with competition from various angles, Toyota's TPS as a strategic approach has cemented the company's reputation for the current day and the foreseeable future. Leadership style is essential to the continuous growth of any organization. Toyota's leadership methods allowed them to turn their fortune around. Good leadership involves patience and the ability to learn. A leader open to learning will always have more options to solve problems. Failure isn't a definite result as long as we are willing to learn from our mistakes. The best winners once lost at a point in their lives. When we falter, the best thing to do is to learn from our mistakes. When we learn from our mistakes, we'll be careful enough not to repeat the same mistake next time. Try this. Study the 14 principles that guide the TPS and follow each rule as stipulated in the summary. Groom leaders who are selfless in executing their commands because it creates a healthy work environment where everyone is sure that their input counts.